On September 11, 2001, America came under attack as passenger planes became weapons to take out the World Trade Center, the Pentagon, and supposedly the Capitol. 3 planes were successful in destroying their targets. When the passengers on the 4th plane, Flight 93, found out what had happened, they fought back, and unfortunately the plane crashed in a field near Shanksville, PA, not far from our town, Hyman. Many people in the Hyman area felt the shock from the crash and reported rattling windows and the feeling that an earthquake has possibly happened. The borough of Hyman experienced a broken water main within hours of the crash. Several other broken water pipes in the town system caused water to surface within a week of the crash. Flight 93 was traveling at 563 miles per hour. Another 25 miles, that's about 2.5 minutes, it could have hit the small town of Hyman, Pennsylvania, causing more fatalities and damage.
Hi, my name's Adam Schaefer, and I'm a ranger with the National Park Service at Flight 93 National Memorial. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Visitor Center complex and the flight path, which is directly behind me here. You can see our learning center off the right-hand side of the flight path in your screenshot, and the granite pathway that leads up through these tall walls is guiding our visitors off of the parking lot along the flight path that Flight 93 was on the morning of September 11th, 2001. Our visitors on some weekends are able to come to the Learning Center. We do educational programming inside that building, as well as a variety of other ranger-led programs throughout the course of the year. The Visitor Center that you see in front of that is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. year-round, every day of the week, except for Christmas, New Year's, and Thanksgiving. So we're standing in between the tall walls that we were approaching from the other side, and behind me is the entrance to the Flight 93 Visitor Center. Visitors are welcome to go inside, and there's 10 walls that'll take you through the story of Flight 93, everything from the beginning of the morning of September 11th and what that was like in the local community as well as across the country. It will take you the whole way up through the end of that day and how Flight 93 passes over the skies above us and ends up in the field that we're en route to right now. This is looking back the flight path, so the plane would have passed from this direction overhead, and the walls of the Visitor Center help to frame the flight path for visitors as they walk through this space. You might be able to make out some of the patterns that are stamped onto the walls of the Visitor Center. They evoke the wooden beams that you might find in barns or old historic houses in western Pennsylvania. That pattern is also to evoke the hemlock that can be found, the branches and the trunks of the eastern hemlock, which is a tie-in to the scarring on the landscape here. So we're standing on the flight path overlook, just on the other side of the portal walls, and we're going to take a walk out to the end so that you can get a good look at the crash site as well as the landscape that opens up around the other side of the Visitor Center walls. This is the flight path, the continuation of the flight path that the plane would have passed over at 563 miles per hour that morning, inverted upside down. So why don't we begin walking out the pathway? The words that you see here are actually the preamble to the mission statement of the memorial itself, and were coined by Captain Stephen Ruda of the LA Fire Department. So as you look across the plaza is really framing for you the northern edge to the crash site and debris field of Flight 93. And south of that space, there's over 42 acres of ground that is protected by the National Park Service as the final resting place for the passengers and crew of Flight 93. The Memorial Plaza tapers out at the end to a white marble wall, which we're looking over the top of. It's a continuation of the flight path that we're standing on at this overlook. And you see some visitors walking down the flight path right now, reading the names of the passengers and crew who were on this plane and fought back that day.